kids, how are you all? Welcome to science class. I am Sudha ma'am. In previous class, you have learned about nutrition in plants, how plants prepare their own food. You also know that food is very essential for all living beings. Without food, we cannot do anything. You have studied in previous classes, food is essential for growth, repairs of worn out cells and tissue, building up body resistance, and also it is very essential for to get energy. So, where do animals get their food from? Do animals prepare their own food? Then how do they get their food from? And what happens to the food eaten by animals? To know more about this, let us start a new lesson, Nutrition in Animals. The lesson name is Nutrition in Animals. Previous lesson you studied plants prepare their own food. So they are called autotrophs. Animals depend on plants and other animals for their food. They cannot prepare food, hence they are called as heterotrophs. Let all the animals eat same type of food? No. Depending on the kind of food eaten by the animals, they are divided into three groups. They are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. All animals, directly or indirectly, they depend on plants for their food. Then how do these animals feed on their food? So, different animals have different mode of feeding. They have different modes of taking in their food. You can see the pictures on the screen. You can see snail scraping the leaf. So, the mode of eating of snail is scraping. Then you can see the hummingbird. It is sucking the nectar from the flower. That is the sucking kind of feeding. Then you see to eagle. Eagle, it captures its prey and swallows it. A man is chewing his food. He chews his food. This type of feeding is known as chewing. A rabbit nibbling on its food. Mode of feeding in a rabbit is nibbling. A butterfly sucking the nectar, and you see a cat, even cat, dog. Here a cat is lapping. This kind of feeding is lapping. So, different animals have different mode of feeding. Let me tell you a fact. Starfish. Have you seen starfish? Starfish feeds on animals covered by hard shells. After opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the shell. The stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. Children, in previous lesson you studied about nutrition. Then what is nutrition? The process of taking in food by an organism and its utilization by the body is known as nutrition. The nutrition involves 5 major steps. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. These are the 5 major steps of nutrition. Now let us learn about digestion in humans. How the food gets digested in human being? The digestive system in humans consists of a alimentary canal and digestive glands. Alimentary canal or digestive tract consists of different parts. Here mouth, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine ending in rectum and the anus. All these parts put together forms the alimentary canal. The secretory glands are the digestive glands which secretes digestive juices. They are salivary glands, gastric glands, liver and pancreas. Here digestion starts in mouth. Intake of food is known as ingestion. This is the first step of nutrition of digestion in human. Mouth. In mouth, large food particles are broken down into small particles with the help of teeth. Here our teeth vary in appearance and they perform different functions. Here our teeth vary in appearance and they perform different functions. Here saliva secreted by salivary glands wet the food so that it can pass through alimentary canal. Salivary glands are located inside the cheek, floor of the mouth, even under the tongue. Salivary glands secrete saliva which contains an enzyme called amylase. Here the saliva amylase helps in digesting starch into sugar. Later, the swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. Then, food pushed down by movement of the wall of the food pipe. This movement is known as peristalsis movement. Through esophagus, food reaches J-shaped organ called stomach. Through esophagus, food reaches J-shaped organ called stomach. Stomach is located at left side of the abdomen. Gastric glands are present in inner lining of the stomach. They secrete mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. The mucus protects the inner wall of the stomach. Hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria that enter along with the food. The digestive juices break down the proteins into simpler substances. Sphincter. Sphincter muscles present at end of the stomach regulates the movement of food into small intestine. Here small intestine is a long cord-like structure placed completely in the belly. Its average length is about 7.5 meter. Here small intestine is a long cord-like structure placed completely in the belly. Its average length is about 7.5 meter. Carbohydrate, proteins and fats are fully digested in small intestine. Liver. The liver, the largest gland, secretes bile juice which is stored in a gallbladder. Gallbladder secretes bile juice into small intestine. Small intestine, it breaks large fat molecules into smaller ones so that enzymes will act easily on small molecules. Here pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. Here wall of the small intestine contain large finger-like projection called villi. Here small intestine contain large finger-like projection called villi. Then what is the function of villi here? The villi increase the surface area of intestine and also it absorbs the food. It is carried then to the other parts of the body by blood. Here the villi are the finger-like projections. They are present in the wall of the small intestine. Here this is known as absorption. Each organ gets proteins. It is used to build the body parts. This is called assimilation. The food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. Here large intestine is about 1.5 meter long. It absorbs the water and salts from the undigested food. Later the remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains. There is a semi-solid feces. Here large intestine is about 1.5 meter long. It absorbs the water and salts from the undigested food. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as a semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called egestion. The egestion is the last stage of digestion. Children, hope you have understood this explanation. Next session I will discuss next topic from same lesson is nutrition in other animals.